Hey everybody, Kung Fu Fossil here again today. It's Monday overseas, not in Australia. Yes, I know it's a day late. Now, today we are talking about targeting, part 2, so it's about the three, I repeat, our three main targets that we would be looking at in our self-defense situations. They are eyes, throat and groin. And we are going to train using all these things as well as learning how to use them. Now, remembering that if you have arthritis, you're probably not going to punch these areas, you're going to palm strike these areas, maybe grapple these areas. The idea though is still not to make it personal. Personal is ego. Ego pretty much translates into neutralization, death, or really provoking our opponent, which we do not need to do. So, eyes, throat and groin. There are advantages to all of these, and I know that some of my purist friends will say there's a lot of other targets. Our secondaries, when we get around to it, will be the backs of the knees and kidneys, but they are only used to get back to our primary targets. All right? So how this works, eyes. Obviously eyes are your visionary system. You take out the visionary system, people don't function so well. However, if people are doing like a home invasion, it is on drugs, it is on whatever, the hard, serious part of this conversation is that people have been known to tear their own eyeballs out and do all sorts of evil things. So therefore, if you finger jab or whatever at eyes, instead of getting a lot of excruciating pain, which allows for your escape, because remember, escape is always our paramount thing, you will end up with just maybe blurring their vision, and you will not necessarily rely on this. However, it is an excellent target. If people can't see, people can't do things. As I said, the downside is if they're probably on drugs, it's not going to work that well, which is again why there are three. Throat, as my dad used to tell me, if you can't breathe, you cannot do anything. And that's pretty true. You can't function, you can't fight, you can't do much at all. So throat, excellent target. Downside, can be quite difficult to access. If people are using side guards, chin down, if they thought they were a fighter of some description, it restricts this. But again, that's why you still then have eyes and groin. The groin itself, you will take an opponent's mobility from them. I don't know about you, but if I get kicked in the groin, definitely hurts. Anyone who's seen Master Ken's 100 Ways to Kick a Groin, I'm sure, still got tears in their eyes of laughter and pain, if you think about it. But again, in invasion, someone might wear a groin guard. So we still have our throat and eyes, okay? Realistically, the guard is about the only way to set that area up. Everybody always assumes it could be a sexual assault. Doesn't have to be a sexual assault. Normally on older people, it ain't going to be a sexual assault. It's going to be some form of robbery or control, maybe a kidnapping, you know, all those really unpleasant things in life which we don't want to talk about. Remember, so we're going to train to have a lot of fun, but at the same time, there is an end game, so this stuff is useful. And that's where this stuff, again, will then fit into it. Anecdotally, you hear of lots of great stories, lots of bad stories. Eyes, throat and groin, as gruesome as it sounds, you're only tagging them and you're escaping. Tag and escape. Re-engage if they do, you tag and escape. The first few things we do, once we do it next time, probably with a voiceover, will be someone taking one target and getting out, and then it will be taking two targets and get out. Now, the two target theory is pretty simple. You miss one, you get the other. If you get both, big day. And the idea is you still have to escape. You still got to get out. You've got to want to get out, kind of thing. You know, the mindset, remember, mindset was 90% and your skill set's only 10%. That is a theory which goes in a lot of different sport, business and whatever, and it is very much so in this situation. Have I taken damage? Like, did they just come in and punch me in the mouth, in other words? Am I semi-conscious? So I'm only going to have to really work with these targets because my computer's already half off. They're easy to access. It doesn't matter what light I am in. You know, if I'm on the leg, I can slide to the groin. If I've got a shoulder, I can slide to the neck or to the eyes if there's a head thing. Doesn't matter if it's dark, doesn't matter if it's in an awkward terrain, they are still there. If I have to have footwork of some description, oh, I can't do that, sorry, I'm gravel. Oh, sorry, can't do that, I'm on whatever. It annuls the system. It doesn't matter what your system is. Thousands of years ago, I used to train on all the rough surfaces and different surfaces and anything else you could think of, undulating surfaces, so that I could try and use all different styles and arts that I was trained in, and used to sort of think, awesome when it worked, when it didn't work, not very good at all. So the idea of this is to really simplify things. Also, because our life is simplifying as we age, we don't have that mobility. If you've got a knee replacement and you've been smacked in the knee, you've gone down, then there's the leg, there's the groin kind of thing. I know that there are still far more elaborate systems saying, you know, they drop, they do crucifixes and whatever. If you've got osteopenia, osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, blood pressure issues, as soon as I drop to the ground to grapple, I'll probably pass out and I'll break something if I have got osteoporosis. These things have to be factored in. So when we get a lot of our fun drills going, which is pretty soon, but we just had to cover all of this theory at the beginning so people get the general idea, then it's reinforced. So when you do a drill, it won't be like doing a drill at a martial arts school or something where you do your drill and then yay, switch opponent. We're going to do drill and escape, drill and escape, drill and escape. If you do not program that part of you want to escape and have to escape, whether you have to think about loved ones, whether you have to think about whatever, you have to get out of that situation. You have to eject, okay? So anyway, that's all the serious stuff. Next time, we will do our secondaries. We'll mix it a bit together. I'll have a crack at doing a voiceover, which could end up anywhere. And yeah, I hope you have a good week. So this is Kung Fu Fossil signing off. Have a great day. See you later.